What impact could it have on the retail space? Let's ask Dana Telsey. She joins us now here on set to break down which names could benefit the most. CEO and Chief Research Officer at Telsey Advisors Group. Hello to you.
Hello to you, too. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. No sooner is this over or underway than we're talking about, because, look, February is when the refunds really ramp up. So February is right around the corner. How big do you expect this kind of refund cycle to be?
It's going to be big. It will be one of the biggest refund cycles. I'm hearing increases of the high teens levels in terms of the amount of refunds. It will drive consumers to spend. But don't forget, we have other events that are going to drive consumers to spend. You have the Winter Olympics coming up. You have the World Cup coming up. You have America 250 coming up. Coupled with higher tax refunds, those are all ways that companies out there are dressing up their assortments to drive conversion and spending.
The figure I saw, and we'll get more clarity on this next year, but I saw that the refund itself could be around $800 bigger for a total size of maybe $3,800. Now, again, I know people are getting their own money back. They just didn't update the withholding tables when they changed things last year. Nevertheless, you get a check like that. What do you think people are going to do with it?
I think they're going to look at what to buy. Do they go on a trip? Do they buy new clothes? Is there something with electronics? They're going to look at all of these retailers and, frankly, discretionary items that could be the activator to retail sales, maybe not in the first quarter, but for the balance of the year.
Really? So you think it could be not really just a February event, a Super Bowl timed thing, but really something that we see the effects linger throughout the year?
Exactly. Because I think one of the things you have is those events that I mentioned, the World Cup and also America 250 coming a little bit later. And the other thing you have going on is look what companies are doing. When I think of what 26 is going to be about, it's the letter A. Assortment, it's going to be advertising, it's AI, it's adaptability, and most importantly, affordability.
Okay, an affordability crisis, the president's going to be talking a lot about that. What are your stock picks? Like, what do you like? And if the answer is Walmart, Costco, and TJ Maxx,
we're going other places.
All right,
Let's go other places. I have a basket. I have a select basket of companies like Urban Outfitters, Victoria's Secret, and The Gap because of the new initiatives that they've put in place. I've got more, like, for example, Steve Madden, and it's not just the brown suede winter boots, but I have the Kurt Geiger acquisition that should add incrementally to their bottom line. And I've got others, the continuation of capturing younger consumers at both Ralph Lauren and Tapestry. I think we're going to have more of a discretionary year in 2026.
What's old is new again. I mean, for me, these were the names that I shopped at growing up, and I've seen the articles about young people flocking to Ralph Lauren and all of that. So that would be, we've seen volatility. Victoria's Secret's up 31% in a month. I think American Eagle, same kind of thing. So people get a little nervous about stepping in front of some of these highly volatile. I understand it's easier, more comfortable to stay in a Walmart, to stay in a Costco, but what do you think?
I think overall, when you look at some of these names, yes, they're up, but it's up basically on the weakness that they had. Now you're seeing the incremental growth in top line. You're seeing the margin attribution that it'll all help them get back and grow their operating margins to some double digits plus.
So how is shopping in general? I don't hear you talking a lot about the K-shaped economy and all of that. Maybe that's implicit in the background, but how would you describe the consumer spending landscape?
I do see it as the K-shaped economy.
Okay.
I'm there with that. But I think also one of the things you're seeing is at the lower end, you're seeing even the Walmarts of the world, they're getting the benefit of higher income customers trading down. You're looking at the off-pricers like the TJ Maxx's, they're getting better brands, and the expansion of categories is attracting consumers. At the higher end, they're putting in other categories, not just the expensive bags, but now there's also cosmetics. And you do have some companies which haven't performed as well, that there's some share gains. I think the weakness at some of the upper-end department stores who are private is giving other companies like Macy's opportunity.